Welcome back. You're watching The Money Show, and it's time to get your portfolio queries answered. I'm joined by Anil Rego, who's the financial expert for the day. And before we dive into our viewer queries, let us also flash our WhatsApp number and email ID where you can send across your queries for your life financial planning. Anil, hi, good evening. Welcome to the show. And let's begin. Let's take Sanjay's question. And he says that he's from Lucknow and he has 6 mutual funds in his portfolio in which he's doing SIPs. Nippon India Small Cap, he's got HDFC Mid Cap, SBI Contra, Parag Parikh Flexi Cap. He's also got UTI Nifty 50 Index and SBI BAF. And total amount of SIP going on every month is almost 9,500. And target is 1 CR in 20 years. He is around 32-year-old now. I have no idea since when he is investing, but yeah, a very aggressive portfolio. I mean, although he's got a passive and somewhat large cap exposure, do you think he needs more balancing or he can go more aggressive since he has 20 years from now? Answering Sanjay's question.
Yeah, so I'm reasonably comfortable with the choice of his funds. So Sanjay has done a good job in choosing his funds. Of course, I think for 9,500, I believe that he could reduce one fund out there. And if I look at the whole the set of funds that he has, maybe the passive fund, which is basically UTI Nifty 50 Index fund, I think he can drop, and that amount he can sort of reallocate into the other strategies, other fund schemes out there. So basically, maybe the Parag Parikh Flexi Cap he can add 500 rupees of SIP. Nippon Small Cap he can add another 500 rupees of SIP. And to keep in mind that if he needs any liquidity, even the SBI Balance Advantage Fund, he can add another 500 rupees. Interestingly, if you see the past performance of, let's say, the index fund versus the BAF has done better, which is normally what happens, when markets are volatile. So this is something which I think he can, go and execute, and so it will achieve, reducing the number of funds as well as, help him achieve his goal better.
All right. Let's take Ajay's question. He says that he's doing an SIP of 24,000 and he wants you to review his portfolio: Parag Parikh Flexi Cap, Kotak Multicap, ICICI Pro Retirement Pure Equity, Invesco Large and Mid Cap, and Motilal Oswal Mid Cap. And he's going to be investing for 22 years. And he's been investing since last 1 year. So your comment on the fund mix: he's been doing SIP of 4,001 rupees in all of these 5 funds.
Right. So I think the amount is a little larger in terms of 24,000 rupees. So the number of funds I would maybe keep as is. Secondly, I'm also keeping in mind that he started only 1 year back. Third is all the strategies and schemes that he has, I think, are reasonably good. Interestingly, he's also maintained a good distribution and allocation. Of course, 33% is into the flexi cap category, and all other categories, large and mid cap, multi cap, and small cap, all have a 17%. So I think that's an okay allocation to have. It's very good that he's looking at, let's say, at 22 years. It's fantastic, okay, in terms of an outlook there. However, you may need to keep reviewing your funds possibly every year, and then relook at, whether it is continuing to do well in line with expectations. Yes, one point I would like to highlight here is ICICI Pro Retirement Equity, Pure Equity Fund is basically a locked-in fund. Okay, it has a 5-year lock-in. So from whatever point that you make your SIP installment, it will be locked in for 5 years. And if he's okay with that, then I think the fund has done pretty well and is a good performer. So there's no problem with it, but I just wanted to highlight that there's a bit of a lock-in for this one particular strategy.
All right. Although he has not given us the amount that he wants to accumulate, so giving the funds and the time horizon, what if he wants to add some more funds in his portfolio? Should he be doing that, or should he be just increasing his SIP amount and allocating that money or distributing that money in these 5 funds?
He already has a good number of funds, so I don't think he should go and add any more. He's also ensured that there is distribution across categories. So I would not add a fund. I would probably top up into the existing funds if that is something that he would like to do.
Okay, let's take Subrat Sahu's question. And he says that he's from Kolkata and he's an aggressive investor, wants to invest for 10 years. Target is 1 CR for daughter education. Bandhan small cap, Motilal Oswal mid cap, Parag Parikh flexi cap, Kotak multi cap. And he also wants to increase the SIP amount to 35,000 and high returns he wants from his portfolio, which means he wants to take more risk also. At least that is the understanding of high returns they have, going more aggressive. All right, Anil, what's going to be your recommendation?
No, so I think Subrata also has done a good job in terms of looking at the allocation of funds. He has chosen funds across various categories, which is multi-cap, mid-cap, flexi-cap, and small-cap. The funds he's chosen also, are decent and performing well. Uh, his objective of, working towards a 1 crore corpus for his daughter's education, he will not be able to achieve it, at the current run rate that he has. He will basically need to do almost like, 40,000 rupees, in a month. Okay, if he has to be able to achieve this goal. Now, what he could do alternatively is to say, okay, can I do a top up of my SIPs every year? Okay, if he can do a top up with his SIPs, that's also something that he will be able to achieve his goal with.
All right, we still have some time left on the show, and let's take a viewer's query. And this is from our WhatsApp. Name is Rishi, and Rishi says that he is a new investor and has no idea about initiating or starting his investment journey. First job, and the salary is almost 35,000 per month. So he really wants to understand how much amount SIP should be done for how long and how can the goals be aligned.
Yeah, so I think the first place to start is to have a discipline for yourself. You can look at investing, say, 20% of your income that you get, and that can be the best place to start. Okay. Now, while you're starting, you can also say, okay, where do I start? You can look at a large cap fund like, let's say, ICICI Group, blue chip fund. You can look at, say, a multi cap fund like a Nippon, or even and start off with maybe just a couple of funds. As one progresses, okay, as one gets to understand markets as well, I think definitely one could add in, say, a mid cap fund like a HDFC mid cap, as you go forward. I think at the initial stages, your goals also may not be, very crystal clear. So you can just focus on building your corpus, focus on, also tax saving if you require at some point. I think 25,000 you may not require it at this stage, but whenever you come back into your taxable brackets, that is something that you can prioritize your funds towards. Okay, but when you don't need that, you can just do simple, plain, diversified equity funds. Start off just focusing on your investing, and I think grow it as time goes by. Track your portfolio, and I'm sure you'll do well.
Okay, so how can one actually begin the process? Should he be doing online? Should he be doing in regular mutual funds, or should he be doing a direct fund investment?
Yeah, so that depends on whether he is able to also take care of himself and choose the right funds. There's a lot of information available, so you can even do direct funds. Okay. At the same time, if you would like to use a distributor to help you through that process, I think either of them are okay. But it's more important to start it, right? And at an early stage, I think even just doing a direct mutual funds and going back and diversifying across maybe two, three. I think there's a lot of information. You can see that today, with information being available, people are actually choosing the right funds. Okay, and so there's a lot of shows like this which are available for you to take advantage and also build your portfolio.
All right, I think Anil, with that, it's time of the show. Thank you so much for helping our viewers align their strategies with their financial portfolio today. And it's a wrap on the Money Show as well, but I'm going to leave you with our WhatsApp number and email ID. Keep sending us your questions for your life financial planning. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.